Tonight on Elon Local News, walking home alone on campus, what you need to know if you're feeling unsafe.
Not your typical Elon student, how once in art.
I just love the game.
A hobby 50 years in the making, how one professor is collecting a piece of history. Welcome to Elon Local News, Elon's news leader. I'm Meredith Stutz.
And I'm Justin Beagle. This week, the women of Delta House have been forced to live elsewhere. They were evacuated last night because of air quality problems. Some of the residents are staying with friends and some have been put up in a hotel. They were advised to take everything they need for the week, but were told also if they needed to go back inside for some reason, they would be allowed to. According to Eric Townsend, air quality in some other houses in the Loy Center were tested today, and those results are expected to be in tomorrow.
And in race for the Senate, a third-party candidate is making some noise in the political scene. A recent New York Times article looking at potential third-party upsets cites Sean Ha, the Libertarian NC Senate candidate, as gaining momentum, claiming 6% in recent polls. Strategists say the rise in third-party candidates this election season could really impact the vote. For more on local, state, and national elections, tune in November 4th from 8 to 10 p.m. for our election coverage. With all of us here on Elon Local News.
The Elon feminists are hosting Support Survivors Week now until Friday to raise awareness and help prevent sexual assault. Tomorrow at College Coffee, the group will host an I Support Survivors photo campaign. Wednesday at 12:30, Mosley 213, there is a workshop on how to help support survivors. Friday at 4 p.m., there is a walk against victim blaming. It starts on the Speaker's Corner near Young Commons. For more information on Support Survivors Week, be sure to check out our Facebook page, Elon Local News, facebook.com/Elon Local News.
University of Virginia sophomore Hannah Graham is still missing after leaving a party by herself on September 13th.
On campus, you may not think twice about walking home alone. Our Mackenzie Roberts talked to a student who wishes she had given it a second thought.
We couldn't really tell if they were following us or if they were walking in the opposite direction, but just because they kept yelling things at us, probably like 10 more comments after we stopped responding, so we just sprinted home because we were scared that they were following us and were going to hurt us.
Nicole Mulkentine said she was walking down this street with her roommate around 2 a.m. when two college-aged guys started to yell at them. She said had she been alone, she would have been a lot more worried.
They just start yelling that I'm so fat, and they were using all this profanity, and they were telling me that I need to keep walking to walk off all these pounds.
Mulkentine said while walking down Atkinson Avenue to her off-campus house last Saturday with her roommate Becca Richin, two guys asked her how a party was. After Mulkentine responded, she said they verbally harassed her.
I didn't want them to follow me back to my house and know where I lived, and obviously I made them mad with what I'd said, and so I didn't want them to maybe do something that could possibly harm me or Becca.
Mulkentine says she didn't file a police report because she never got a good look at the men yelling at her. But Director of Campus Safety and Police Dennis Franks says people should always file a report even if they don't have all the details.
If we don't know about an incident occurring, there's not a lot we can do. So that's why I always encourage people, call and let us know. Even if you're unsure. If you're unsure, you should probably call us. We can come out and check it out.
Even with safety measures like the blue emergency lights and safe rides, Elon students should still be careful.
I was definitely surprised it happened at Elon. I'm from Cleveland, and like the east side of Cleveland, this seems very normal. I would expect this on a daily basis, but definitely not here at Elon.
Always be vigilant. You know, if you wouldn't walk down a dark alley in New York City, don't walk down a dark alley by yourself in Elon.
And taking that extra step to make sure someone always knows where you are can really make a difference.
A lot of it is just friends helping friends and
If you ever feel unsafe on campus, Chief Dennis Franks says campus security officers are happy to walk students home any time of the day. Just give them a call at 336-278-5555.
Campus police work to make sure Elon students feel safe and secure around campus, but sometimes theft still happens. Our Carissa parents spoke with Campus Safety and Police Chief Dennis Franks about ways to prevent theft.
In this week's Crime Watch.
Thanks, guys. So I took a look at this year's police reports, and so far 12 stolen items have been reported, and 4 reports have been stolen bikes. Chief Dennis Franks says bikes are the most reported stolen item each year. To help combat theft, Elon Campus Safety and Police started a program in 2012 called Operation ID. Even though it's 2 years old, it's still not well known on campus. Only 58 students are registered. That's about 1% of the student body. Basically, students can register their bikes, computers, iPads, or any valuable items into campus security system, all for free. Frank says campus police will even engrave your item with your name and contact information or license number, also for free. This way, if your item is lost or stolen, it can be easily returned to you. And if you're registering your bike, campus police will even give you a free bike lock. If you're interested in registering, here's how you do it. Pick up a form at Campus Police located at the Oaks and McCoy Commons. The form asks for your contact information, the make, model, color of your item, and you can register as many items as you would like. Chief Dennis Franks encourages people to take this quick and easy step.
There's a lot of times we find the bikes. There's sometimes we don't. But I tell people or ask, did you register your bike through Campus Safety and Police?
To find out more about registering your items, call Campus Safety and Police at 336-278-5555. Meredith and Justin, back to you.
Thanks, Carissa. And if you do register your bike through Campus Police, they will store it for free during the summer, making sure your bike is safe from the weather and from people looking for a 5-finger discount.
Flu season is here, and students made their way to upstairs Lakeside today for the first round of flu shots. Students could get a free shot if they brought their health insurance card, but without insurance, the shot costs $30. And if you miss getting your shot today, they will be offered again at Elon on October 7th. But if you can't wait that long, pharmacies just down the road, like Walgreens and Rite Aid, offer free flu shots every day with proof of insurance. The CDC recommends getting flu shots every year to stay up to date with the most effective vaccine. Americans are guaranteed a free public school education, but for many children around the world, school is just a dream. Our Tess McCurdy found one Elon student who is helping make that dream into reality.
She's the First. It's an organization that raises money to send girls in developing countries to school. And sophomore Kelly Richard is bringing She's the First to Elon.
We get to sponsor her education, and she gets to be the first in her family to graduate from secondary school, which is really cool.
According to she'sthefirst.org, classrooms like the one I'm standing in are unfamiliar to 2/3 of all girls living in countries like India, Ethiopia, Kenya, and other countries She's the First works with.
We raise awareness on campuses so people understand that this is a huge issue in developing countries, and it's a really difficult to solve issue because there's so many cultural aspects at play.
Richard plans on raising enough money this year to send one girl to school.
In the future, hopefully we can make that more and move on to like 2 or 3, but it really is quality over quantity.
Although the organization is new to Elon, Richard believes it can have a big impact.
Because they're taught that they're seen as lesser, and they feel like they don't have a whole lot of options in life, and so to be able to give them these this education kind of opens a lot of doors for them and shows them that a lot of different things are possible.
Richard wants to help raise awareness and connect students in the classrooms at Elon with girls around the world. Tess McCurdy, Elon Local News.
Every Elon student has their own story, but this one might be a little bit different from the rest. Our Zora Stevenson talked to a senior who illustrates his college experience.
I'm a tour guide by day, media consultant by night, and I'm an RA 24 hours of the day.
Senior Desmond Harrell is a first-generation college student. He takes out loans, uses his scholarship money, and has 3 jobs, all to pay for school.
I don't think I'm the typical Elon student at all.
At one point, Harold didn't even know if he wanted to go to college.
I mean, it's even been a struggle with my family because my family's, has definitely been one of those people like, you're going to go to college, really?
But then, one program made up his mind.
It was a game changer once I joined Elon Academy.
Elon Academy, a program designed to get high school students ready for college, swayed Harold to join the university.
I know from experience, like being here since 9th grade year, that Elon's a great school and that I would get the most out of my education here at Elon. And those are some of the things that they teach us in Elon Academy.
Now, he's able to major in something he's been doing all his life, art.
It really helped me get through my high school experience, and it had a big impact on my college experience as well.
And with graduation approaching in just a few months, Harold doesn't regret the decision. Zora Stevenson, Elon Local News.
Right now, just down the road at Pelican Snowballs, a fundraiser is going on for Elon student Devin Barthoff. Barthoff was involved in a single car crash in July. She is currently at a rehab facility near her home in Pennsylvania. But from the Performing Arts Center to Broadway, one Elon alumni gets students to dig deep. Performing Arts Center to Broadway, one Elon alum gets students to dig deep.
Walking for a cause, how the slogan "Just Keep Swimming" has a different meaning for one family.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. You've got the job. Welcome aboard.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Donate to Goodwill. Help provide job training in your community.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Oak House is known for its craft beer, but Friday night, something else was on tap. Twisted Measure and Vital Signs stopped by to belt out some of their favorite tunes. The audience got to jam out to songs like Chandelier, Like a Prayer, and Summer Love by Justin Timberlake. The event was sponsored by Sub Live.
From a cappella to musical theater, a Broadway performer came back to where it all began this weekend. Our Megan Ford has a story.
When I was back in college, I was getting overlooked. Thought I was kicking dollars, I was tripping over books.
Feeling the emotion on stage probably became the easiest. It's getting up on stage to do it is what was the hardest part.
After 7 Broadway shows, 2004 graduate Daniel Watts came back to Elon this weekend to direct as we journey from mind to mouth. Watts worked with 10 musical theater majors who wrote and acted out their own performances. Sophomore J.J. Neiman centered his piece around being gay.
Wanting to be pure and right, wanting to be loved and accepted, wanting to be kissed at night, wanting to no longer feel rejected, living the ultimate contradiction of the 21st century.
Other pieces focused on themes like racism, self-loathing, and eating disorders. Watts knew getting the students to open up and play themselves was going to be hard.
I suggested that there might be somebody who also is going through the same thing that you're going through. So it was probably best that they hear it as well. And they trusted me.
And Watts wasn't just there as a director. He was there as a mentor. And his biggest advice to students?
Find the happy. Like we make our dreams the end game, and sometimes we forget that actually instead of like focusing on the dream, or rather in focusing on the dream, it's this journey that actually in trying to reach our dreams is what actually makes us who we are.
And the advice went both ways.
I feel like they've helped me more than I've helped them, to be honest.
We are the darkness and the light. We are the darkness and the light.
Megan Ford, Elon Local News.
And if you missed Daniel Watts' show this week, there is another opportunity to see a production in the Performing Arts Center. Reckless is a dramedy that is opening Thursday in the Black Box Theater. Reckless follows a character named Rachel on Christmas Eve when her life gets turned upside down and forces her on a journey of family and identity. They will be having 8 shows from October 2nd to the 8th with matinee and evening tickets available. Tickets are free with a university ID, but donations of $13 are suggested. Former ELN morning anchor Nicole Bloom, who plays Rachel, explains why she thinks Elon students will enjoy the show.
I think Elon students should come see the show because it's a lot of fun, first and foremost. You know, it's a break from academics. It's kind of, it's not, you know, a football game, but it's maybe a little bit more intellectual than that. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be maybe a little bit confused, but that's kind of the fun of it.
And if you want to hear more about Reckless, make sure to tune in to ELN Morning tomorrow at 9:50, where 2 cast members will be performing a scene.
And also coming up this week, husband and wife and Pulitzer Prize winners Nicholas Kristof and Cheryl Wooden are speaking at this year's Fall Convocation. The event is this Thursday, October 2nd at 3:30 in Alumni Gym. Kristof and Wooden received their award in 1990 for their New York Times coverage of China's Tiananmen Square democracy movement. Tickets are still available at the Center for the Arts box office and are free with an Elon ID. They are sold to the general public for $13.
One Elon team is trading softballs for scissors for charity.
And a collection of the ages, how one Elon professor's passion goes deeper than the outfield.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Early Saturday, members of the Elon community joined together for a morning walk to start their weekend, and all for a good cause. More than 40 teams came out for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation's annual Walk for the Cure. Our Paula Blanc has more.
$70,000. That's how much money Elon has raised so far for JDRF. And this Saturday's walk brought out hundreds of participants for the cause.
It feels great. Like I said, there's so much more needs to be done for these kids. I mean, it's really not fair for these kids to have to go through what they're going through.
Michael Miller, whose 5-year-old niece Destiny was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 2 years ago, says it's hard to watch a family member suffer with the disease, but he says Destiny handles it with her head held high.
She acts like it doesn't affect her. I guess I don't know if it's not knowing, the severity of it, but she just keeps, plugging along. Their slogan last year was just keep swimming. Was keep going, keep going.
And this year's slogan for the Miller family? No more pricks.
Basically, they got to prick her finger every 3, 4, 5 times a day to find out what her sugar level is. So if they find a cure for it, we're hoping that there's no more pricks are needed.
Because of different fundraising events like this one, Nikki Galfond, who organized the walk with Elon volunteers, is optimistic for the future of those with type 1 diabetes.
There really is some goal that is being reached, and to see these kids be a part of that, to see that they are helping their own future, to be so proactive in their own cause is really nice.
As for having to watch a close family member grow up with diabetes, Miller says that it certainly puts things into perspective.
Really, the little things. Don't get worried and be upset about the little things. Because there's more important things in life than worrying about little things.
Paula Blank, Elon Local News.
From walking to running, students were active for charity this Saturday.
Students raced against time, their friends, and paint this weekend as Elon Campus Recreation and Elon-thon hosted their annual Colorful Run.
I say color, you say run, color, run!
Run! More than 400 people participated in the event, including first-year student Evan Elkin.
It was craziest experience. It's just all these colors and mists going everywhere. I was running with my friends. We're all really hyped up. It was insane.
From the paint to the run to just making the trail. The colorful run was a lot of work, but it doesn't end here.
Students paid $15 to participate in the 2K, and all the money went to Elon-thon, Elon's annual dance marathon to benefit Duke's Children's Hospital.
That's why you're wearing these name tags that say I run for and I run for Josh, and those are actually our miracle children that come to our event and speak about their time at Duke Children's.
And everyone seems to be running for the cause.
For the children.
Of course for the children.
For the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids!
Perry Eliadarani, Elon Local News.
Thanks, Perry. And this weekend was Elon Community Church's second annual Welcome to Your Neighborhood event. Local restaurants came with free food samples, and Elon students got the chance to learn more about the history of the Elon area. For an inside look at this year's Welcome to Your Neighborhood, tune into Elon Morning tomorrow during College Coffee.
Major League Baseball is getting ready for the postseason, and fans' love for the game is at an all-time high. I found one Elon professor with a passion for baseball dating back to the 1950s.
Tom Glavine, Chipper Jones, and John Smoltz. These are just a few of the players in Elon professor Nancy Midget's baseball card collection, and it's not a small roster.
Thousands. I'm not sure I can tell you how many thousands, but of course, of those thousands, the ones that are really special to me are probably more in the hundreds.
Midget and her friends began collecting at a young age.
A lot of us had some cards back from when we were kids in the 50s and 60s, and we did incredibly clever things with them, like put them in our bicycle spokes to make swell noises as you're riding down the street.
But Midget's passion for baseball cards didn't take off until she moved to Georgia and fell in love with the hometown team.
I have been an Atlanta Braves fan since 1978.
Midget now spends her free time attending card shows, adding her favorite Braves players to her growing collection, no matter the cost.
The dollar value of them isn't what's important to me. It's kind of like, what does this say to you about your love of baseball?
Even looks don't matter to Midget.
I don't care about all the sophisticated card grading anymore. You know, it's got can't have a little ding in the corner, you can't have a little crease. I don't really care about that.
Out of all the cards Midget has collected over the years, there is one that stands out from the rest.
My favorite card is 1962 Roger Maris. That's because he was #1 in the top series that year, because 1961 is the year that he broke Babe Ruth's home run record.
After 50+ years of being a fan, Midget has one thing to say.
I just love the game.
Now, Midget did tell me she's a little upset her Braves did not make the playoffs this year, but on the bright side, she did say not having to watch her boys play late at night means she'll be getting a little bit more sleep.
Hi, I'm Andrew Feather. Elon kicked off CAA play this weekend. I'll tell you how the Phoenix fared after the break. Okay, am I on 3 now? Am I on 3 now?
All right. I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay, so who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to Elon Local News. I'm Andrew Feather. It was a historic weekend in Elon athletics. Friday marked the beginning of conference play for the Phoenix as Elon played their first ever games as members of the Colonial Athletic Association. Both the volleyball and women's soccer teams started the inaugural weekend against Hofstra. First, we head to Alumni Gym where the Phoenix got off to a rough start in the new league. Elon dropped the first two sets of the match to Hofstra 25-21, 25-18 before rallying to win the third set 25-19. But that was as far as the Phoenix came as the Pride bounced back to take the fourth set 25-21 and hand Elon its first loss in the CAA. The defeat dropped the Phoenix to 5-11 for the season. Switching from the court to the field, Elon women's soccer came out strong in its first CAA match, scoring in just 11 minutes to take an early 1-0 lead over the Pride. But after that, it was all Hofstra as the preseason CAA favorite scored 4 unanswered goals to win in a 4-1 blowout. The tough weekend continued on Sunday when Northeastern ran over Elon 4-0 to drop the Phoenix to 4-6 overall and 0-2 in CAA play.
There's a different level of gamesmanship and savviness to the player in this league than what we've seen before, so I think we need to work a little bit better on just keeping a little bit more composure at critical moments, drawing fouls when we can draw fouls, and finishing our chances.
It's the offseason for Elon softball, and while the team may not be together on the field, it is getting together to give back.
Yeah. For the Elon softball team, donating to the community can be done in a quick snip.
I just hear all of it. The idea is that once you cut it, you pass it to your next teammate who's willing to donate as well. So that's why we created the hashtag Pass the Pony.
With Pass the Ponytail, the softball team is giving their hair to different charities to give back, something that they feel means more than a simple check. The initiative is kind of to make sure, you know, get people to be excited about donating without necessarily needing money to donate.
I am donating my hair today to Beautiful Lengths with the help of Elon softball players.
Head softball coach Kathy Bocock believes that Pass the Ponytail is helping her team bond off the field.
These young ladies, they're really working hard to grow as a team and a unit, and different things that we're doing this fall right now is playing into that for us.
And being each other's hairdressers is helping the team build on the basics.
When they cut each other's hair, they really have to trust each other.
It's definitely a new way towards the new conference, the new year, that we're trying to get close, create that chemistry, that bond that every team strives for.
With the new conference, new chemistry, and new haircuts, Elon softball can't wait for the season ahead.
You know, we had a great memories in the SoCon, but we're ready to start a new chapter in the CAA.
Jacob LaPlante, Elon Local News.
So far, only a handful of members of the softball team have donated their hair to charity, but the team looks to continue this project into the fall. Elon softball will continue their fall ball play on Sunday, October 5th, when they host Pfeiffer at 2 p.m. Tensions were high as the men's tennis team played in the annual Elon Fall Invitational this weekend. Sophomore Chris Humphreys made his first championship match appearance, but fell in a tough 3-setter to Coastal Carolina's Rick Timmerman. Humphreys also made it to the finals in doubles with partner Brian Kowalski, but lost 8-6 to Coastal. After losing his first match, Robert Lindegren won the singles backdraw in his fight against Campbell University's Stephen Billington and followed it up with a doubles win against partner Christopher Gelson. Head coach Michael Leonard said the team had a lot of work to do, but is looking forward to the rest of the year and the challenging new conference. Actually, that's all we have for sports today. Back to Justin and Meredith.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you for watching Elon Local News.
Yeah, it sure has been a tough week for sports, but we look forward to a new week here at sports. So thank you so much for joining us here at Elon Local News. And for tonight's stories and for everything else, make sure to check us out on elonlocalnews.com and tune in tomorrow to ELN Morning at 9:50 here in Studio A.
Have a great week, Elon.